getting the good news on your screen.
Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of The Christian Lady in the Mirror. If you have not already done so, if you're new here, please like, share and subscribe. And please press the notification button. It tells you when a new video is about to come up. And for the old people that are already here, welcome back and sit down while we'll discuss today's topic. Today's topic, we'll be talking on child molestation. It's a little bit different from what we've been talking around, but at least it's a little bit intertwined with what I have on mind. Well, most Christian ladies, I'm sure you'll be like, child molestation, Christian ladies in the mirror, what is the correlation? Sometimes we carry the trauma we have from our childhood and it shapes us to be the person we become in our adulthood. So many girls, if not, I wouldn't say all, but so many girls are traumatized, so many girls are molested, so many children are molested, and they can't even tell people, they can't even talk about it for fear of being shut down, for fear of what the society will say. And we have so many broken adults. As Christian, how do we handle it? As Christian, who do we talk to? My bottom line for all Christian and for all ladies, for everybody, speak out. But let's go back. What is child molestation? Child molestation can be defined as the act of forcing yourself sexually on a minor. It can be defined as the act of forcing yourself sexually on a minor. Now, I try to, when I do topics, I try to talk on things that I've seen, I've heard, so you can relate with me. Like 3 years ago, I was walking. I think I was driving down. 3 years ago, I was driving and I saw this man beating. I was not even spanking, serious beating this girl. I think the girl would be about 5 years old. So I had to calm down. I'm like, what is wrong? Why are you beating this girl like this? And the man was telling me that I'm running late and this person, and she is supposed to be at his cousin's. The girl was supposed to be at her cousin's house, and the girl is refusing not to go. The girl said, I am not going. And no matter how much you understand that he is beating her, I'm not going. So I had to okay, can I talk to the girl? The man said, sure, I can. So I walked up to the girl and I think she was just 6 years old. And I think I bought Capri Sun. I said, can you sit down beside me? She sat down beside me. We were talking, we were gisting, I think all these things, we were talking of 1.5 hours. So I said, okay, this is my name and that's her name. And I was like, okay, fine. What happened? Why don't you want to go? And this girl told me that a cousin has been molesting her. Whenever she goes to the cousin's house, the cousin would allow her that they will both watch porn. After watching porn, then whatever is being done in the porn, the cousin would tell. You understand what I'm saying? The cousin would tell the little girl to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, why didn't you tell someone? He said, well, I told them, but nobody believed me. That is one scenario. Another scenario was a family friend. She was a very small girl, and I took her somewhere that day. You understand what I'm saying? And she said something. The guys were playing with I took her somewhere, and the people that were playing with her were very, at that time they were celebrating. I'm not going to mention their name. So she said something. And those guys called me. They were guys, and they called me back and said, she said, so said something. I was like, said something like that. So I called the mom, and I told the mom that so person that your daughter told me this. You remember what the mom said? The mom said, well, when our child was following me, that she didn't really like the idea of her child following me. That she just had an inkling that something like that was going to happen. I felt bad in my spirit because these guys that we're talking about, these guys were Christian, but they were shocked that something of such could come out from that could come out from that boy. What did from the girl rather? What did the girl say? The girl said Olokunla or something. And I told the mom, but I mean I felt bad in my spirit. So the lady in question, the mom had another older child. And I was like, mommy, that I reported what your younger sister did. And I was expecting her to like, so let's call her and let's ask, where did she learn the words from, or where did she get to hear such things from? And mommy did like this. And the older sister said, mommy, on it down. Am I worried? I know where it's coming from. Where is it coming from? The mom had an elder sister that these two girls go there for holidays. You understand what I'm saying? The mom had an elder sister that the two girls go there for holidays. And when they go there for holidays, you understand what I'm trying to say? There's someone there, maybe like their cousins or anything, that comes at night and tell the child, as at that time, that girl was a child, that comes at night and tell the child that do this, do this, do this. Can you feel it? Can you see how big it is? And he kept reminding the girl that if you tell anybody, your mom will die, this person will die. He kept threatening the girl with death. So the girl couldn't say it. But those few words, the Olokunla thing, you understand? The girl was repeating it because as at that time, the girl was a very small girl. Didn't know what it was. So the girl was repeating it. Why am I talking about child molestation? So many children that don't even have who to confide in. As women, before we become women, we were once girls. So many girls, and it will shape our adulthood. I won't say our childhood. What has happened in our child will shape it will translate into us being adults. And I don't understand the African society of always covering up for perpetrators of these people's hearts. I do not understand it one bit. I know it is family, it shouldn't be done. But when we enable one particular person, when he's done to a particular child, and we don't come around and cover it, or you understand what I'm saying, and bring it down, the perpetrator keeps going on and on. Do you know how traumatizing? Okay, and as parents, as ladies, we shouldn't turn a blind eye. I will keep saying, please, as ladies, one of the things we are coming together is we're coming together as ladies. We are a remarkable force. Please stop. Let's stop bringing ourselves down. Let's stop tearing each other down. We've talked about bullying. We've talked about peer pressure. We talked about depression. You understand? Let's not be too quick to judge. You understand? I saw that man that day. We called the child. It took us like almost 2 hours to get the truth from this child that someone was that our cousin was even molesting her. It took us 2 hours to get it. And the funny thing about it, I was so mad that day, but I didn't show it. What was so annoying to me was this girl kept telling the parents, but they were not ready to listen. Why? Our girl child will tell us some things, you understand, but we'll turn the deaf ear. Why don't we want to listen? What is so important? If you know that you don't want to listen to a child, why bring a child to the world? You don't even want to be bothered. But look at it. A child goes into your house and that child is quiet or something. The child is withdrawn. You understand? Or the child is ask, why are you withdrawn? Why are you withdrawn? I mean, something happened like 2 or 3 years. A rape saga happened with a popular celebrity like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was amazed at what people were saying. And I'm like, wow, these are the people that are enabling some of these people not to talk about. You marry you're a Christian lady, and you don't know what has happened in your background, and you're married to a Christian brother, and now in the marriage, you start having issues. You understand? You understand? First of all, you got married because the whole society expects you to get married. That was why you were married, not because you really wanted to marry. Deep down, you've not gotten over the trauma, so you're not even actually ready to get married or something like that. But you had to get married because the society wants you to get married, so you got married. Now you don't shut up, you don't climb up, or you shut up, or you climb down, or you shut out. Whenever your husband is moving close to you, or whenever your husband is talking to you, because of the trauma of what you've gone as a child. Because the society, you've tried to tell somebody, and they've actually, you understand what I'm saying? They've actually like shut you down with it. That is why we have so many people can get away with the rape thing. Fine, thank God the narrative is changing now. We now have people that talk, we now have hotlines that you can go to, but it's still the same. We still have people that will tell you that don't do it. As a Christian lady, what do you do in such a situation? Someone comes to you, like maybe like a little girl comes to you and share your thoughts with you. What will you do in such situation? Do you turn a deaf eye? Do you turn a deaf ear and be like, it doesn't concern me, it's none of my business? Or do you stand up and call the appropriate quarters into it? What do you do? I was reading something, you understand what I'm saying, on social media. The things I read on social media blows my mind. Sometimes I just take a break because that app, if you're not in your right sense of mind, you can never be on that app. Social media, from Instagram to Twitter, those people are not that special. What did I read? I think it was during the saga of the celebrity that said got raped and everything, the Babajisha thing. So a lady now came like few weeks after it. The lady said that the husband is sleeping. You understand what I'm saying? That the husband is sleeping with a daughter. Apparently, she didn't give. She brought the daughter from outside. She didn't. The daughter was not the man's daughter. It was like for the man, it was a stepsister. And I was blown by advice from fellow women that said, don't leave your husband when your husband is old. You know, when your child is old, your child will move out and then will leave you and your husband. Don't forget you are a single mom. Don't forget this. It is in a man's nature to cheat. That's your husband. That's your girl did not tell you. I mean, I was reading and I was blown away. Please tell me. That is going to be our next topic. Why do you think we have to enable a cheating man? Why? Please, we are Africans. I will tell people we are Africans. We should not act as if we are not Africans. If your husband can be sleeping with your daughter, with your daughter, what gives you the impression that he will not even kidnap that daughter and ask for ransom? What gives you the impression that he cannot even kill you? So the people are advising, the people talking, you understand what I'm saying, giving the woman so much advice, that kind of advice. What kind of adult or what kind of lady or what kind of woman will that girl grow up to be? That is why I'm saying I'm deviating a little bit, but it's in connection with what I'm doing. Because our childhood, the girl we are, shaped us to be the adult we will become in future. I was blown in short. I could not even read it. I could not sleep throughout the night. My husband kept asking me what happened, and I had to explain because I could not wrap my head around why a fellow woman like myself would tell me that you see that that's your girl, she's an ashewo. Why didn't she tell you on time, even though that she was enjoying it? You see that your girl, don't send that. It's better you send that away. Tell her to go and live with the mom in the village, and you stay because you're a single mother. I'm tired of the things that, and for the the funniest thing about it is we sweep so many things under the carpet in the African society. The church as a whole, we are not allowed to talk as a woman. Thank God, like I said, the narrative is changing. The society does not allow us to talk. Thank God, like I said, we are being more vocal. Whatever is changing. But in actual fact, it's when we repress these feelings of being molested as a child, we might not know it, but we act it out when we are adults. We act it out with people around us. Is it that we are moody? Is it that we don't trust the people around us? You understand what I'm saying? It's either we shut up, we clam up. We are not free. We cannot even express ourselves. Child molestation. Well, I don't know. The law in Nigeria, sometimes I'm kind of confused. But in other countries, it carries a lot of weight, carries a lot of penalty. I remember watching a video on I remember watching a video on social media about a guy that left London to go and greet a 13-year-old girl. And they laid a trap for him. And I was laughing. Do you know why I was laughing? Because if it had been in my country, if it had been in Africa, they would have said, maybe the girl too, you are always quick to blame the other party. We are always, maybe the girl too wanted it, but the police was already waiting for him. The police was, the funny thing about it, he's a Nigerian. And I felt so ashamed when I saw that video. I think it made the rounds on social media. And the people, they were asking him that you came to give a stuff. He said he came to do a surprise visit for the girl. And they were asking a surprise visit. Like, is your family? Or what is it that you are not doing surprise visit? What kind of surprise visit is that? Please, let's listen to our child. Let's listen. Whenever you see a particular person that is always eager to go to a house, and that same child is not eager to go back again, we should ask. The Yoruba is, like I would tell people, the Yoruba it's a very lovely language. It has also, the Yoruba we say, Aja to rini tombo, to irini ti something is wrong somewhere. What does it mean? That a child, a dog that sees you is always barking happily. Anytime it wags its tail, back happily, jump on you. Now sees you and does not back happily again. That means there's something somewhere. Please, we have, as ladies, I'm sure we will have nephews, we'll have nieces, we'll have children that surrounds us. Listen to that child. It's not only and don't think it's only the girl child that this thing happens to. We were in the office, like 6 years ago, I was in the office with some colleagues of mine. And then the majority of us had girl. And I think this particular person had a boy. And we were now talking. And she said, I remember very, very, and she said, thank God, though, it's me, I have a boy child. And we were all like, okay, that's nice, you are lucky. 2 or 3 days later, this girl was crying. What happened? Anytime she's bathing the baby, you understand, the boy was 4. Yes, I can remember very clearly, the boy was 4. And anytime he gets to the manhood, where the baby's manhood is, and he's bathing the baby will tell the mom, can you suck it? Pull it. And the mom is all these ajias, you understand? Very strict Muslim. I'm perfectly sure she will never say such. The baby said it the first time, the baby said it the second time, the baby said it the third time. And the mom was like, where is this coming from? So they went to the school, they met with the class teacher. You understand what I'm saying? And the class teacher said, nobody, they said maybe probably whoosh the baby was sitting with or something. And they said, no, nobody was sitting. Nobody sits. Well, the mom said, I still insist you to change my child's seat. I don't like what my child says when my child gets home and everything like that. So when we got home, there was an elderly person, one elderly woman. Now, when we got to the office, there was this elderly woman that we used to talk to. The elderly woman said, even after changing your child's seat, does your child still says? He said, yes, ma. That anytime I'm bathing the child, this is what the child says. And then said, okay, you know what to do. You now just take a day. And the mom, I think she's a pharmacist, just take a day off from work and be with this child from morning till night. Pet this child. You are the mother. You understand? Pet the child. Ask the child, who is saying so and so words to you? At the end of the day, my people, my Christian women, my Christian ladies, for us to be on alert, but because it's either we are mothers or we'll soon be mothers. I want us to be alert. Guess the person that is responsible for this. It was the teacher. Apparently, the boy is always the first person to be dropped in school. And the mother will go. And the mom will drop the boy with the teacher. I mean, my friend had wanted to hit the rooftop. My friend said, eh? Because they went to the teacher and the teacher denied it completely. So whenever the mom drops the boy and you understand, he will take the boy to the toilet and does all those nasty things with him. So for those of you saying that I could have a boy, it's not a girl. That is another boy's example I am telling you. That is another example I am telling you about a boy. Please, we need to be on lookout. As a Christian, we need to be on the we don't need to sweep everything under the carpet. We need to be on the lookout. We need to listen to our kids. Even if you don't have a kid right now, I'm sure you might have a nephew, you will have a niece, you will have little kids around you that will want to talk to you. We need to do better. For us to stop most of the topics we have been talking about, we don't need to judge anybody. You are not in a position to judge anybody. We are not, because you don't know their story. You don't know where they are coming from. So you are not in a position to judge anybody. You are not in a position to point accusing fingers at anybody. Let God be the judge. We are so quick to judge. We are so quick to be like, I'm not, there's some instances. But in most instances, a perpetrator that molests a child does not care. Like, I know people are always quick to tell you that Ashoto war in Western world during summer, you need to see the way these people dress, ladies. During summer, you need to see the way in the Western world, most of these people, and I'm yet to hear that they rape them on the street though. They might be raping them that we don't know, but I'm here to hear that they rape them or they do this. So in summer, you need to see the way they will dress. In summer, they wear things that you'll be like, these people, do they have parents or do they have anybody at home? You understand what I'm saying? And how do we curtail these things? I am asking, how do we curtail it? We curtail these things by talking, listening to our child. I've said that. I cannot emphasize that one enough. Let's be friends with them. Not only being friends with them, we have to teach them about our body parts. We have about their body parts too. We have to teach them that not everybody have access to touch you. Nobody should even touch you. Nobody should even touch you. We have to teach them that. We have to teach them that you feel anybody is trying anything. We have to teach them to be so confident in you that if anything happens to them, they can come up to meet you. And we don't have to judge. Most times, our kids tell us things and then we sweep it under the carpet because we feel, ore lo n se mi, ore wo lo n se e, iru ore wo niyen. So I don't have to talk about it. That man that I said that I met 5 years ago with the little lady is always dropping the girl with the cousin So Orelon Shewon while the mom and the dad goes to work. But the girl was telling them what she did. But because they felt that they would never benefit from taking that little money that they are saving by those watching over them. You understand what I'm saying? This girl, the lady in my office that I said was a Muslim, a very strict, devoted Muslim, was always dropped. I was saying is the pharmacist, was always dropping a boy child with the teacher very early in the morning. Even goes as far as tipping the teacher. And look what the teacher is doing. Always listen to your child. Always look for the signs. Let your child be your friend. Teach your child. Don't sit on any man. Don't sit on any uncle's lap. Don't sit on any auntie's lap. Because the trauma we carry as child sometimes do not even heal. I have worked in a women's center, and you'll be very surprised that those 3 years old that you think does not have emotions, does not have feelings, you'll be very surprised that most 3 years old, most 2 years old knows some things. And then as an adult, when they start talking about it, you'll be like, but this thing happened when you were 5 years old. The funny thing about it is, most of these people that commit this crime, or most of those people that does these things, you understand what I'm saying? They leave the country and go to another country that is well behaved, that is well structured, that has all the laws put into places, and then they sit up. They don't do it. Like I said, during summer, you need to, in the Western world, you need to see what those people are wearing. Sometimes they go as far as even wearing pants and bra. That you'll be telling yourself that, yeah, I think it's better. You people should go naked. And they were never raped. They are not raped too. So why is our own different? As ladies, when we are presented with such situations, what do we do? Please don't let us judge. Let's start from that one. Because a woman will have an issue and comes out. It's his fellow woman like her that will bring her down. It is fellow women like her. And the funny thing about it, when you see people that judges people like that are always so quick to bring other people down, look at their background very, very well. Look at them very, very well. They will never take 1/10 of what they're judging or they're passing on to other people. In conclusion, what I might say, because this is a very large topic, we could go on and on and on and on this. As Christian ladies, what do we do? I don't know. Maybe some of you understand what I'm saying? Maybe some of you have experienced this childhood trauma and you've not been able to let go of it. And it's affecting the lady you are becoming, or it has affected the lady you became, or it has affected the way you relate to people. You need to talk to someone. You need a therapy. We really need to come out. You need to forgive yourself first before you can forgive the other person. You need to know that none of this, maybe you've tried telling someone and they shut you out, they shut you down. You need to know that none of this is your fault. That is not your fault. But if you keep carrying it in how do you forgive when you keep carrying it in your hearts? How do you forgive? How can you forgive yourself? How can you heal when you keep carrying the hurt, the pain? You can't. So in conclusion, maybe you have someone, or it has happened, you have someone around you, you have a little child around you. Guide that child jealously. Be a listening ear to someone, like we've been talking. If you look at the start of this program to the end of this program, I will keep saying, be a listening ear. Don't be too quick to judge. And if it has happened to you, you really need to heal, so that it won't affect the way you look. Because it's like giving freedom to the other party. It's like giving victory to the other party. The other party is winning. And you are in sorrow. Anytime you see that person, you clam up, you shut up. You're not enjoying your life. And this person has moved forward. So in you moving forward, as a Christian lady, what do? You seek counseling. You seek therapy. You need to heal from it. Make your child, you have a child, make your child your friend. Listen to the child. Tell the child nobody is allowed to sit on you. Do not let us enable rapists or You understand? What do we mean by enabling them? By shielding the other party, not putting the appropriate blame into where it ought to be. So many people have these issues because the people that we thought are supposed to protect us, our parents that we thought are the ones fighting us. We don't need such things. We don't need it. And like I will keep saying, speak out to the right person. Ladies, do not let us judge fellow women like ourselves that has found ourselves in these situations. Some people are beasts in human form. You don't know the story. And you understand what I'm saying. When we were in school, when we go down to read books in school, we've heard some people that when they are walking back from their hostels or whatever, they rape them. Is that one of their faults again too? We shouldn't be so quick to judge. I mean, I wish I could go on and on and on about this because it's a very large topic. And I know I've not even covered half of the topic. But I'm going to leave this few lines. You have a brother. Like it's like I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to leave this few lines. You have a child, as a Christian lady, you have a child or you have someone that is a minor around you. Please be a friend and please have a listening ear. And maybe as a child when you were growing up, some things that happened to you before and you don't know who to talk to. Seek therapy, seek counseling. You understand what I'm saying? And when you're seeking counseling, I think it's better you seek a professional counseling or you seek someone that is more matured, not someone that you will talk to. And the next thing, you hear it everywhere and it's going to damage you more and more. Talk to someone that is professional. Talk to someone that you feel comfortable, that will put you through the healing process. Until we meet next week again. Bye. My name is OLUWALEYE. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Please press the notification button. Bye.